The episode begins with Senta telling the group that he had searched the entire village but had not found anything. Gabimaru seems lost. Senta's mind was about to explode because of the many mysteries. Sagiri asked him to rest while she kept a watch. Senta insists he will be fine after showering. Sagiri tells him it will make him feel sleepier. Senta has gone to sleep while Gabimaru keeps a watch. Gabimaru recalls a conversation with Senta. Senta warns him of the dangers of entering the Horai without solving the mysteries first, but Gabimaru decides not to wait to solve anything and gets up and walks away to find the elixir. Gabimaru, in his quest, faces the first hurdle of thick fog, making it difficult for him to see. He abruptly stopped and heard some voices that seemed to be singing. He wonders why the tree-like structures were not reacting to his approach. He briefly considers Senta's words but tells himself that if he returns without the elixir, he wouldn't be pardoned. Even if he had to do it alone, he would take the risk and go after it. Gabimaru reaches a door that looks man-made. He recalls Hoko's words that the Shinsenkyo is where gods and hermits live. He decides to enter the gate and realizes a presence behind him. He sees Tensen and immediately realizes that this creature has a human-like form, but it is something else. He asks Tensen who he is, but Tensen is exhausted and asks why people keep coming to him when it is his turn to make a move. He asks Gabimaru to return as he had fought humans a while back. Tensen tells him they are supposed to capture humans, and Gabimaru completes the sentence by saying to turn humans into elixirs. Tensen moves to attack Gabimaru, and Gabimaru immediately responds to the attack. Gabimaru twists Tensen's hands and neck. Gabimaru also realizes that Tensen can regenerate and is quick. He makes an attack that lights Tensen on fire. As Gabimaru contemplates opening the door, he is attacked by Tensen. Tensen mumbles that Gabimaru would have made a great elixir assuming he is dead. Gabimaru, from the rumbles, asks Tensen if he is Tensen. Tensen asks Gabimaru if he is a human. Tensen and Gabimaru continue to fight, and Gabimaru thinks of a plan to make a strong attack. Gabimaru hits Tensen on his stomach, and Tensen coughs up blood. Gabimaru wonders what this reaction was as it was different from before. Tensen tells him he has not met someone so strong in a long time. He creates yellow energy, tells Gabimaru to die, and attacks him with this energy ball, making Gabimaru cough up blood. These energy balls continuously attack Gabimaru. He decides that he cannot survive if he only shields it. He needs to keep moving and attack Tensen faster than he can regenerate. Gabimaru throws quick punches, and Tensen thinks, not by a human. Gabimaru smashes one half of Tensen's face, and Tensen is bleeding on the ground. Gabimaru tells him he knows he isn't dead and asks where the elixir is. Tensen asks himself what he will do as he would get in trouble again. He turns into a huge flower, and inside, we see two black and white monster-like beings. Gabimaru consoles himself by saying he had fought monsters before. He need not panic and tells himself to analyze an attack, and before he completes his thought, the flower sends an electric-like attack towards Gabimaru. Gabimaru survives the first few attacks and counterattacks. Gabimaru's body gives up as he had pushed himself too much. As he is attacked, he rethinks if the island is real or a figment of their imagination. He tells himself he feels like he is in a nightmare. He suddenly sees his wife by his side, asking if he finally woken up. His wife tells him he is groaning and asks if he has had a nightmare. She tells him to rest as he is hard at work all these days. She brings him a cup of tea, and Gabimaru says he is glad to talk to her, even if it is a dream, and she asks what he is talking about. Gabimaru is back to reality and apologizes to his wife, saying he is sorry as he may not return home. The huge flower is crushing Gabimaru. Gabimaru is on the brink of death, and we see a flashback of his sensei telling Gabimaru that when he is facing death, to channel his life form and inflicts maximum damage on the opponent. He also tells him that Gabimaru will do it instinctively as he is trained. Gabimaru does that, and the flower drops him down after the attack. As Gabimaru is ready to give up, May saves him by shielding him against the final attack from the flower. We see the flower turn into an old person saying aloud, "What are you playing at, May?" Senta is profusely apologizing to Sagiri. He tells her that he went looking for Gabimaru, but the mist got thicker, and he couldn't go any further. Sagiri suggests they go after Gabimaru, especially if he is approaching Horai. Yuzuriya tells her it was his choice to go and that he was a great asset in combat, but it couldn't be helped. She also tells her that a seaman doesn't care about the safety of criminals, so they need not look for him. Hoko tells them that if they went to Horai, he would accompany them as may have gone after Gabimaru. Yuzuriya asks Hoko if he can see through the mist. He says he may be able to. Yuzuriya changes her tone towards Sagiri and tells her she worries about Gabimaru. The group sets out to find Gabimaru and May. Yuzuriya asks Hoko about the Tensen, and Senta tells her they will get lost if they lose focus. She asks Sagiri if she isn't curious, and Sagiri tells her she is, and they may run into them. Hoko tells the group that Tensen is 7 hermits. We see a glimpse of the hermits as they discuss which hermit prefers to be male and female. A hermit named Zhu Jin asks for the reports and informs that the arrived humans are fierce. Another hermit named Ju Fa tells Zhu Jin that he couldn't believe a human had made him transform into that huge flower. Another hermit, who seems to be the leader, asks Ju Fa not to harm Zhu Jin as only he has the right to and tells him they are family and must stick together. He asks if he has dealt with the humans he met in the woods. He tells Ju Fa not to underestimate the humans as they are very capable. Ju Fa told him he had put them in a pit, and they may have become flowers by now. He asks Zhu Jin if he has killed Gabimaru and reluctantly says yes. Ultimately, he tells them that no matter who comes their way, their ultimate goal is the elixir. Yuzuriya asks about the 7 of them, and Hoko explains that one ultimate god has split into 7 of them. They all sound the same but have different roles and rules the island. He also tells them that these were legendary tales. Hoko tells them that he used to look like them, and everyone in the village looked like humans once. The village prospered only 1,000 years ago. After a while, all the humans transformed into trees. He also tells them that they keep transforming, and just before their memories fade, they come near the mist so they can get invited into the Horai after death. He shows one of the trees and tells them that it is his daughter. He also informs them that his memory is fading as well. Hoko tells them that Horai is the final resting place of the souls, and the Tensen decide who could enter. Sagiri wonders if Gabimaru is okay even though the safety of the criminal does not fall under her jurisdiction. Gabimaru and May are lying down. Gabimaru wakes up and asks where he is. He wakes up realizing that if those creatures were not gods or hermits, there was a way to kill them, but he needed more people. As he could not achieve it alone. As he was wondering how to go about it, another criminal approached. The episode ends with the criminal asking if it is Gabimaru's time to die.